Namaskar and good evening, my dear friends. Today we will look at a premier pharmaceutical company, Lupin Limited. As some of you may be knowing, Lupin Limited was the darling favorite of the big bull Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. Gave him lot of profits at that time. But during the last 1.5 years or 2 years, it has been very sluggish. Now it is again coming up. That's the story in simple manner. The management consists of Manju D. Gupta, Chairman Non-Executive. Now Vinita Gupta, Chief Executive Officer. Nilesh D. Gupta, Managing Director. Ramesh Swaminathan, Executive Director, Global CFO and Head Corporate Affairs. It has a very strong leadership team comprising business and industry veterans who are guiding Lupin's growth trajectory. So many people are there, apart from the ones I have already mentioned. There are some independent directors and various divisions have got presidents. Dr. Cyrus Karkaria, President Biotechnology, Fabrice Egros, President Global Corporate Development and Growth Markets, Johnny Michael, President and Global Head of Quality, Naresh Gupta, President API Plus and Global Institutional Business, Rajiv Sival, President Indian Region Formulations, Dr. Rajendra Kamboj, President Novel Drug Discovery and Development, Rajendra Chunotkar, President Manufacturing Operations, Dr. Shaheen Fesharaki, Global Chief Scientific Officer, Dr. Sophia Mumtaz, President Legal and Compliance, Australia, Japan and Canada Business, Spyro Gavaris, President US Generics, Sunil Makharia, President Finance, Thierry Wally, President Europe, Middle East and Africa, Yashwant Mahadik, President Global Human Resources. So many powerful people are there to man Lupin Limited. Why was it in problems before 1 year? It was in problems because of certain inspections gone awry, FDA inspections which did not qualify some of its plants at that time. The company is engaged in manufacturing and developing generic formulations, biotechnology products and APIs globally. It has a significant presence in cardiovascular, diabetology, asthma, pediatrics and central nervous systems, that is CNS, among other segments, and is a global leader in anti-TB and cephalosporin segments. New products are being continuously introduced and many new products are expected in FY24. Lupin has 6 API facilities, 7 research facilities and more than 20 global offices. In FY22 it had successful inspections, some 26 something like that. Company received approvals from US FDA for several places. The US business constitutes about 34%. It is the third largest generic company in the US by the number of prescriptions. Company has made 196 DMF filings, 457 ANDAs filed with US FDA, 297 approvals. Company is a market leader of 44 products. In Q4 FY22, it has launched 2 new products. Then that is US business. India business constitutes about 40%, a very strong Indian presence. Sixth by sales, 3 brands in top 100 and 8 brands in top 300. R&D facilities are very strong, working constantly to develop biosimilars and novel drugs. Now, in FY22, there were some new acquisitions also. Goa inspection has gone off smoothly. It has launched many diagnostics, Avenue Corals, etc. So, acquisition of Anglo-French Drugs and Industries Limited, Southern Cross Pharma in Australia, etc. Now, China is a big market for pharmaceuticals. So, Lupin in 2022, it has successfully closed its first China partnership deal with the Shenzhen Fanku Pharmaceuticals. It has also announced a strategic partnership with Yabao Pharmaceuticals. So, it is expanding into China also in a big way. US, Australia, Philippines, Brazil, so many markets. It has got strong presence, and China also now. Now there are many upcoming products. In FY23 there were a few products. In FY24 also there are going to be a number of products. Market cap is around 35,000 crores. Current price is around 765. 52-week range is 583 at low and 800 high. So, present price is very near to 52-week high. Will it reach that 52-week high? Who knows? But the way it is progressing, it can reach 800 or even go beyond that. If the way the number of products are being planned, if all of them are released and all of them shine, 800 is nothing. It can go beyond that. Volumes are reasonably good. 3 lakh range is there. Stock price earning is around 81. Book value 274. ROCE 5.95%. It is a little low only, but it is likely to go up. ROE, return on equity, is 3.49%. That's also a little low only. Face value is 2 rupees. Now, if you look at the price curve, last year, June 22, that is about nearly 1 year back, it was at 590. Then it went to 620, then 720, then 760. For up to February, it was 760. March and April, it fell down to 640. And in May again, it has gone up to 760. Now, whether the future is upward or downward, we'll have to wait and see. But let us hope it will be upward. Now it has gone across many of its problem areas. The company has got a very healthy dividend payout. Strong annual EPS growth is there now. Growth in net profits and net profit margin, both quarter on quarter and year on year. Company has got very low debt. Increasing profits during the last 4 quarters, increasing revenue during the last 3 quarters, zero promoter pledge, no pledge. So, cash rich company, there is no problem. Operating profit and operating profit margins are very good. That is growing actually. 52, it is, the price is near 52-week high, that I have already told. It may go beyond that also if present trend continues. Price momentum is reasonably strong now. But stock price is at 2.79 times of the book value. Not very high, but okay, high. Company has delivered poor sales growth in the last 5 years, especially, COVID times. Sales have fallen like anything. That is the reason. Company has a low return on equity. Might be capitalizing the interest cost. But in spite of all these minuses, many people have considered its pluses also and upgraded the recommendation and target price in the last 3 months. RSI indicates the price strength. Price strength is not bad. Now let us look at the quarterly figures briefly. Sales last year March 22, 3,883. Then previous quarter December 4,322, and latest quarter Q4 4,430. So quarter on quarter growth 2.5% and year on year growth 14.09%. Okay, operating profit 268 last year March, previous quarter 533, and latest quarter is 578. If you compare year on year from 268 to 578, 116% growth is there. Year on year growth is 116%, but quarter on quarter 8.44, that's also okay. Now net profit, if you see, actually last March, that is Q4 of last year, it was minus 512 crores. Then it slipped back up to 158 in the previous quarter, and current quarter 242, that is year on year growth is 147 plus quarter on quarter growth also is there 53%. Face value, as I said, 2 rupees is there. Money control gives it marks of 69%. Technicals, if you look at it, is somewhat bullish. It is a strong performer. Now that it has come out of its problems, it may zoom up also. Now analysts, if you see, but analysts have based it on the previous quarter perhaps. They have only 11% have said buy rating. Outperformers only 11%. Hold 34%. Underperform also is there 26%. Sell 17%. At that time the position was like that. But now the position with Q4 results, position has changed. So price is very near to the 52-week high and far away from 52-week low. Momentum is bullish. It is an outperformer compared to Nifty 50. Price has gone up by 11.1% in the last 1 month. Nifty 50 has gone up by 3.39% only. Lupin has gone up by 11%. So some large deals are also taking place, especially after the results. Revenue growth, net profit growth, operating profit growth during the last 5 years was very dismal. It has come out of its problems only during the last 6 months, something like that, and it is going strong thereafter. Market cap is reasonably high, price earning ratio is reasonably high, price to book is above industry median, profit growth is very good now, revenue growth is not so great, operating profit margin is reasonably good. Now shareholding pattern, if you see, promoters have decreased their holding from 47.1 to 47.08. Mutual funds have increased their holdings from 16.47 to 16.96. FIIs etc. have increased their holding from decreased their holdings. FIIs have decreased their holdings. Mutual funds have increased their holdings. Institutional investors also have decreased. Promoters have also decreased. Price performance during the last 3 years is very bad. It has not gone up at all. It was going through some problems. Actually, the whole pharma industry was going through the problems of COVID. Some very few pharma companies manufacturing COVID-related products benefited, others did not benefit. Their products usage has also come down actually, including Lupin. Now, if you look at the profit and loss account of the last 5 years, sales growth is very poor. Operating profit has actually come down. Profit before tax has come down. And net profit also has come down during the last 5 years. But compared to FY22, FY22 was last, minus 1,509 million. Whereas current year FY23 448 million plus. So from huge loss to very good gain, that is the progress. Now borrowings, if you see, borrowings have come down from 8,496. The borrowings have come down to 4,000, almost half. Cash flows are reasonably okay. Net cash flows are reasonably good. Shareholding pattern, if you see, presently promoters have got 47.08%, FIA is 13.32%, DIA is 28.92%, public 10.39%. More or less, see, slightly more, slightly less every quarter, like that it is going on, but more or less the same thing holds good. Global presence, if you look at that, it is third largest company in the US also by prescriptions, 12th largest company, generic company by sales, like that. Staff, if you see, 21,300 plus Lupinites are there. It is reaching more than 100 countries. Fourth largest in Australia, 8th in South Africa, 6th in India. Geographically, 37% in India, 8% developed markets, 14% emerging markets, 32% US, 7% API. So, as we have already seen, 15 manufacturing sites are there, 7 R&D sites across India, US, Netherlands, Brazil and Mexico. Its energy requirements, considering that it is adding some 32 megawatts renewable energy in FY24 current year. So Q4 performance has been reasonably good, so no problem on that. Markets, all markets have grown. North America, Australia, Brazil, everywhere, Philippines, everywhere it has gone up. So it is leveraging its leadership position by adding new divisions. It is currently number 2 rank in respiratory, number 3 rank in diabetes care. It is recruiting people. 6 new divisions are there, 7,000 total men, 9,100 total sales force. Cardiac, GI, respiratory, gynecology, all these things, double-digit growth is there. Especially in the later half of FY23. That is H2 of FY23. Diabetes, cardiac, etc., gynecology, respiratory have grown double-digit. Now in Q4, it is focusing on profitable growth in the base portfolio, and if you look at all the divisions, there is continued strength. 9 new launches were there in FY23. Some drug is called Suprep. It is performing well. US FDA inspection, some of them have been completed. Earlier some inspections were done, and they had pointed out some irregularities or shortcomings, etc. Those are being attended. Now the company is confident that all the units will pass the US FDA test. So it is growing its respiratory portfolio and other portfolios also. Current pipeline includes 55 FTFs, including 22 exclusive FTFs. Substantial investments are going on in inhalation, that is respiratory, injectables and biosimilars. They are all in pipeline. 155 ANDAs are pending approval. Suppose all of them are granted, it will be a big shock. All of them will not be granted simultaneously. 30 plus strong pipeline of injectables is there. In European Union successful MHRA inspection of Pithampur facilities. Earlier they had pointed out some problems. Now successful inspection is over. And in France they have acquired a company called Medisol. It has got a unique hospital business. In South Africa, APIs mainly In Mexico, it is a market leader with upto. Brazil also good sales are going on, sales are increasing. South Africa, it is the 8th largest generic player. So continued leadership in anti-TB institutional business and increasing ARV business. Philippines also strong quarter-on-quarter growth of 20%. So overall capex is very impressive. Capex is impressive, planned products are impressive. If all of them come, the company will grow wonderfully in FY24, gradually but wonderfully. So Q1 some growth, Q2 some growth, Q3 some growth, Q4 very good growth, like that. That's what some of the brokers said. One broker has said Lupin reported good revenue by increase by 14.1% year on year, 2.5% quarter on quarter. Growth is attributable to increase in year on year across all divisions. Except India, all the geographies reported quarter on quarter growth also. EBITDA margins expanded by 721 basis points year on year and 72 basis points quarter on quarter. EBITDA for the quarter increased by 155% year on year and 8.5% quarter on quarter. Margins have also improved very well on annual basis as a result of better growth in India, improving margins in USA, as well as growth in other areas like API, etc. See, USA, European Union, Australia, Brazil, Philippines, so many places it is going up. Sales are zooming. If all the products planned come through, it will be a great show for Lupin. Rakesh Junjunwala will be very happy in heaven in FY24. Thank you for listening. I will be back with you with another very good company, which means I consider Lupin also as a very good company. As always, what I say is you must watch every quarterly result. You see, I have seen many cases of companies which have performed well in one quarter, just fumbled in the next quarter itself. So sometimes it happens. See, a company is expected to be consistent. Planning should be consistent. But in spite of that, external factors also will be there. Like, the war is going on between Russia and the other country. How long the war will go on, who knows? Whether the war will be limited to those two countries or will expand further, who knows? Nobody knows. Likewise, West Asia, always problems are there. So, see, the whole universe, the whole earth, all countries are not peaceful, are not growing. Some people say, no, my religion, my country, this, that, so many things. And they are always putting pressure on others. They don't grow, they don't allow others to grow. So this sort of problems are there. So when a problem flares up, who knows? But subject to the world being peaceful, all people minding their own business instead of poking their nose into others, if that holds, for some time it was there. UNO was doing all those things. But of late, during the last 4 or 5 years, some people are very aggressive. What can be done? They don't see progress in their own homes, their own countries, but they want to obstruct the other countries also from progress. That sort of things are there. Subject to all those things, Lupin is a very good company. It is likely to progress very well. Last year it was a bad show. The current quarter especially is a very good show. And from what the management says, if you go through that, it will be very good in the year to come, that is FY24. Thank you for listening. I will be back with you with another very good company. Long-term investors, Lupin can be a great show. but always watch the next quarterly result. Thank you.